my fellow HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? How are things going? You're going to see this on repeat because I'm recording several videos today. I don't know. I'm recording more than one video. So, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. I am on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I would love for you to come join me on all if you'd like. Also, I would appreciate, if you're new here, that you would subscribe, join my HBIC group, join my little fellowship. Speaking of groups, I have a channel membership that will soon be broken into 2, I believe. But regardless, come join us. We go live together every single Tuesday. I also go live on other evenings as well on this channel. The group membership, the group live on Tuesdays, is where we judge each other. We share successes. We share tips and tricks. We don't talk about your circumstances or your old stories. We don't want them. They're not invited. But other than that, come join it. Listen, when we're on a manifestation journey and we're working on ourselves and we're, waiting as things unfold and flow in front of us, sometimes we need reminders and a little zhuzh, a little something to make us feel better and to remind us of our power. And that's what Tuesdays are for. So let's discuss the topic. I don't know what my title is going to be, but I would like to discuss not taking no for an answer. Stop taking no for an answer. There is a reason why Neville Goddard discussed brazen impudence. Brazen impudence, which is essentially not taking no for an answer. That is part of our job while we are manifesting anything. Oh, by the way, I'm doing laundry, so you're going to hear laundry sounds in the back. So I'm going to read you a little Neville. In the 11th chapter of Luke, it is said that Jesus was praying when one of his disciples said, "Lord, teach us how to pray." At which time he gave them the Lord's Prayer. Now, the Lord's Prayer that you and I have is translated from Latin, which does not have the imperative passive mood necessary to convey the meaning of the prayer. Listen to this. In its original Greek, the prayer is like brazen impudence, for the imperative passive mood is a standing order, something to be done absolutely and continuously. In other words, thy will be done becomes thy will must be being done. And thy kingdom come becomes thy kingdom must be being restored. Do you hear the difference in that? The Greek sounded a lot more, give me my shit. That is not what is being taught. However, as he taught in the form of parables, which the Bible, full of parables, right? That's how Jesus taught, in parables. Such as, which of you who has a friend would go to him at midnight and say to him, "Friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine has arrived on a journey, and I have nothing to set before him." And from with it, he says, "Do not bother me. The door is shut and my children are in bed. I cannot rise and give you anything. Yet I tell you, although he will not rise because he is a friend, yet because of his importunity, he will rise and give him whatever he needs." The word importunity means brazen impudence. In other words, he would not take no for an answer. Jesus was not teaching a disciple on the outside how to pray. He was telling you how to adjust your thinking so you will not take no for an answer. In the story, the friend knew what he wanted. He assumed he had it and continued to assume he had it until his assumption took on the feeling of reality and he got it. This is how you find God in yourself, by being persistent in your assumption. Now, what I am saying to you clearly is, if you are manifesting a specific person and this person is showing up in a way where they are rejecting you, they are saying they are not interested, they don't want to continue the relationship, or they don't want to start a relationship, they don't want to come back, Or if you're manifesting new love and no one is showing up wanting to date you, okay? Or manifesting money and another bill comes in and your account is in the negative. If you're manifesting health, you go to the doctors and they're still telling you you're sick or you have, a serious illness. All the things that I know can be emotionally upsetting in the moment. And the way you feel is valid. So feel free to have the emotions that arise due to those circumstances. But once that has cleared, once the crying's over, once the upsetness is over, it is your job to not take no for an answer. And by doing so, I mean, get back in your mind. Our job, aside from not taking no for an answer, is, as Neville brings up relentlessly, if you follow Neville at all, and I'm not a Neville purist, but if you follow Neville at all, he consistently discusses to deny your senses, deny your logical, literal reasoning, and get back up here. So if you're being rejected in your 3D, you're being told no, or even if there's another circumstance like a third party, get back in your mind, get back in your head, and you tell yourself, I'm not accepting that. I mean, I can accept that it's happening in my 3D, but that doesn't stop my manifestation from happening. If in the moment you're hearing your specific person tell you it's over, it's done, I'm not coming back, get in your mind, start that revision, revise on the spot. Oh no, that person still loves me. They're head over heels in love with me. Nothing can get in the way of your manifestations. You are the I amness. That is what is within you. That is how you're manifesting. No person out here can deny you your manifestations. No one. There is no one on this earth that can get in the way or take away your manifestations. No one. Nothing. No circumstance. So stop accepting no as your final answer. No. Manifestation is denying anything out in our 3D that says I can't have my desire. You are to persist in the assumption of having your desire, meaning your affirmations, your visuals, your scripting, your revision, your inner conversations, those tools, those techniques to get you into the state of consciousness where you are identifying yourself as the person who has that desire. So that would be you identifying yourself within, feeling, thinking as the person that has that specific person back in their life or has new love in your life. See yourself as being in a relationship. And if it's new love and you don't have a visual because it's new love, that's okay. You can still think and feel from the perspective of having a relationship, of feeling love for another person and having it reflected back to you. You can still get into that feeling. Every one of us has the ability to use our imagination to create what we want. Every one of us does. So stop taking no for an answer. Stop listening to a specific person telling you no, unless no is the answer you're looking for. Other than that, you deny your senses. Deny logical, literal reasoning. You will have your manifestation. But stop wavering in the wind. That's what's delaying things. That's what's holding things up, is you're allowing yourself to be this loosey-goosey boat on the ocean. You're not a good boat. You're a slamming all over the place boat. Instead of taking back control of the wheel and saying, no, I don't give a shit what's out here. I'm getting what I want. Nothing can stop me. I have God, higher power, source energy within me. I don't accept this. I can acknowledge it's happening in my 3D, but I do not care that it's here because it can't stop me from getting what I want. And then you step into the version of yourself that has it. Identify yourself as having the desire. Feel inside what it would feel like to be loved, cherished, adored, pursued. Whatever it is you're manifesting, identify yourself as being that version now. That's your job. That's your only job, is to persist in this new state. Persist in the state of having. Don't you ever let another circumstance in this 3D tell you otherwise. Brazen impudence. We shall not be stopped until we get what we want. It really is that simple. It can feel difficult, but the times it's feeling difficult or hard are the times you're giving in to the circumstances, and you know that. Deep at your core, you know that. When your manifestation journey feels hard, feels difficult, you are giving in to the circumstances or their lack thereof. You're giving in to what the 3D is currently showing you. And your 3D is always a product of what state you were embodying. So, quiet your mind as best as possible and persist in being the version of you that has the desire. Embody the version of you now that has that relationship. And be as specific as possible as to what you would like to experience. That's what I did, and I'm reaping the rewards of my persistence in that state. I am now living literally the relationship, the existence, the 3D world. I'm living it literally how I embodied it, meaning the state that I stepped into, the version of myself that I identified myself as, was being in this relationship, being loved by my specific person, being cherished by them. That's exactly what I'm experiencing now. And so can you. I'm no different. We're all alike. We're all equal on this playing field. See yourself as having the desire, and it will be yours. My laundry's done. So on that note, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you again tomorrow.